What it is, Brad Lea back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, as always, got a real treat for you. Motherfucking Andrew Imbesi in the house.
That's right. I appreciate you having me.
Dude, welcome to the show. Old Andrew Imbesi.
That's my name.
Now, some people might be going like, who the hell is Andrew Imbesi? Well, folks, you can follow him at Andrew Imbesi. That's Imbesi, by the way.
That's right.
And YouTube, Andrew Imbesi. And website, Boge Group, Boge, which is really bogey.
Yeah.
But you say Boge.
Yeah, we say Boge.
Which means?
It means cigarette.
I thought you said it meant bogey.
Well, we were talking about before right outside smoking cigars. So yeah, it's a slang from New Jersey.
For a cigarette?
Yeah.
Like, give me a Boge?
Yeah, give me a Boge.
I thought it was a golf slang for a bogey.
Well, it is that too.
But which one is it?
It would be a slang for a cig.
So you named your company after a cigarette? Why?
Yeah. That's a great question. I was like 22 years old.
Because people like to smoke after they fuck.
That's true too.
See, people are like, dude, I thought the language was cleaned up on this show.
Oh no.
Well, we want to keep it clean so we get, shared.
It's true.
But anyway, guys, Boge is how you pronounce it. Boge Group. You're the CEO of Boge Group. Started your entrepreneurial journey shortly after graduating college. What'd you graduate with?
Oh man, maybe like a 3.2 GPA. Bachelor's in business administration and like a minor in IT.
You know, what's funny is as I read through this, I'm thinking to myself, like, I wonder what, like when COVID hit, it says here, he wanted financial independence. And when COVID hit, he turned to online courses to learn how to build a business. Now, a lot of people make fun of courses. You turn to courses to learn how to build courses or what?
Yeah. So I had a corporate experience I wasn't happy with, and I knew I wanted to just work for myself. Like, I just didn't see myself working for someone else. So I turned to like the internet to, find ways to make money online.
Would you just Google how to make money online?
Yeah, I think I must have been Googling it and ads just started popping up, like YouTube ads, not so much Instagram or Facebook ads, but I was like trying to watch YouTube videos to at first learn e-commerce, just to learn how to start a store. My first goal was just to make $10,000, $20,000 a month, just make enough money for me to, be happy and just do what I want to do whenever I wanted to do. But working in an office like for someone else wasn't really something I was interested in doing. And I think it just left a bad taste in my mouth when I was doing the corporate America stuff.
Why? What was in your mouth?
just terrible taste in my mouth from corporate America. but now like just heading into this year, I've been able to, see other people's companies and just like what it's like to be part of like other companies. And I'm really looking forward to getting my own office next year in Miami.
Opening an office?
Yeah, I'm opening an office.
Where do you work out of now?
Just my house.
It's just all online.
Yeah, it's just all online right now.
How many you doing over 7 figures?
Doing over 8 figures a year.
8 figures all online from a stupid online course.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people that talk shit about courses online, what would you say to them?
You got to learn somewhere first. And like, I know that you have Lightspeed, right? So it's a phenomenal learning platform, especially what you've developed with, like, you could take quizzes, you could check your team's progress, you could check your client's progress. There's a lot of really great knowledge that you could just learn in courses. And I think that knowledge gets amplified if you're part of a really good program or you have a really good mentor you could learn one-on-one from. Like, even just, we were outside before this, we were just talking about branding, and like, it's just valuable when you get to learn directly from people who are in the shoes that you want to be in, So
what did you learn? Like, how did you turn that knowledge into 8 figures?
Yeah, it's a good question. So like that first course, Now, e-commerce wasn't the thing that worked out for me, but the first thing I learned by taking that course was that I should be seeking mentors. I should be seeking people to work one-on-one with, to learn directly from, their successes, their failures, so that way I could, increase my own chances of success. Because one course led to another one, to another one, to another one, and I was very new. I didn't really know what I was looking for. I was just getting into business for the first time. I didn't have like family members to ask questions about how to,
they all W-2 types.
Yeah, all W-2 types.
See, so basically, dude, you didn't want to work for people.
No.
And you knew it. So you're like, dude, there's got to be something better than working for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Locked in, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Locked in with a job, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people like that too. But from what I've noticed, even just in like my own circle from back home, is that like a lot of people, not all my friends think this, but like there's a lot of people that want to work for themselves, but like they're afraid to take the risk of like investing in themselves.
1,000%. Dude, that's why I started. So I always tell people, like, if you're not making $200,000-$300,000 a year and you want to, you just don't know how to. I said, come work for me. Come work with me. Like, go to my website and click work with Brad, and I'll give you a job, train you. Like, dude, I can show anyone how to make $200,000-$300,000. It's going to be in sales.
Yeah.
You got to sell something, son. But guess what? Like, there's people, I'll never get in sales. Okay, well then sit there in your little W-2 ass small salary job and pretend you're not in sales, because, dude, we're all in sales.
Yeah.
Whether you think you are or not.
Yeah.
You're just not good at it, and you don't understand that you're in it. There's people that, go to the office and make their, $8,000 salary, and then, bonuses total another couple grand, and they think that's all there is. And they don't realize, like, dude, some of the businesses that I have, like my brand new salesmen are making 10, 20 grand a month.
Yeah. Yeah. I just had that recently. I had a guy who didn't do a sales job before. We brought him on as a closer, and his first month, like, he's already at 30,000.
You got closers closing what?
Our funding offer. So yeah, we help people get 0% interest business credit so they could fund any business or investment they want. And we'll do a Zoom call close. So we have.
Well, it's really almost an offer. Like, it's almost a no-brainer. You're going to show them how to get 150 grand they don't know how to get.
Yeah.
And when they do, they give you 7 G's.
Correct.
Yeah, it's like, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with what you could use the money for.
Not only that, zero interest, dude.
True.
It's zero interest. If you paid interest and you didn't give you anything, I just paid interest on the loan, I'd probably pay back 15 grand.
Yeah.
So if you got me a loan, maybe more, that's only 10%, dude. Those usually higher interest, those loans.
Yeah, they're higher interest, origination points.
Yeah.
You got to pay up front to get the loan.
Well, of course you do. So if I've just paid interest like a normal loan, I'd pay more back than I'm paying you. So people are willing to pay you a fee because it's less to get the job done and it's at 0%.
Yeah, it's 0%. We get the job done well too, because each bank has a different strategy on how to get the most amount of funding from the bank. So, we'll quickly show them what that strategy is, and we'll walk them through it so they get the best approvals so they could fund their business.
And that company is the Boge Group?
Yep.
That's what they call them?
Yeah. Well, we're rebranding now to winwithfunding.com.
Yeah, it's gonna be a better one.
Yeah.
Like Boge, I don't get. Hello,
Sure.
This is Brad with the Boge Group.
Sure.
Can we get you a loan?
Yeah.
And it's not a loan you're getting them. You're showing them how to arrange to get 150K somehow, some way.
Yeah.
So guys, anybody listening that wants to raise some money quickly, in your own name without like getting investors, get a hold of this dude. Boge Group?
Yeah, that's right.
BogeGroup.com?
That's right. Yeah.
Dude, it's like, it sounds like a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer. It doesn't make sense why people would even touch the money in their own bank account.
What would they do with the money?
They could do anything with it. I mean, really anything.
Well, what should they do? Like, there's people right now going, I don't need any money. I'm doing fine. Why could they use a little extra, and what should they do with it?
Yeah, I mean, for the fix and flipper, you could get one extra deal every 3 months, right?
Fix and flipper like houses?
Yeah,
You'll loan people money for houses?
Well, you could use the credit card to buy homes, but I'll explain how that works. You could there's these credit card liquidation companies where they offer a service where they run your card through their payment processor and wire the money back to you. So you could liquidate the credit card and turn it into cash and pay back the card at 0% interest. So there's a lot of people who do this, and they'll get approved for $100,000, maybe on 3, 4, 5 cards. Take all that money, go to like an escrow law firm. Like there's some law firms that'll do this service, and they'll run the cards through their payment processor, get the money wired back to them. They'll do this liquidation service, and then they could go use that cash to buy like tiny homes or, distressed properties, fix them up very quickly and flip them. And you could do that a couple times a year. And, you could be using investors, you could be using all these other methods, but also even just for like maybe the e-commerce store owner who wants to invest into advertising or to inventory to scale faster. I mean, there's endless possibilities where you could I think the one thing that stops people, I think, from using it is I think they're afraid to double down on their business or their investment, just not knowing if it's going to get them the return. Because if you see a way for you to make a return on investment, like you see the opportunity to, like for me, when I did this, I had when I started this business, right? When this was after I did all these courses and mentorship programs, I eventually landed on funding because it was something that I did. I was buying one-on-one mentorship programs with 0% credit cards so I could learn these sales, marketing, business skills.
What if none of them worked? Would you have been broke?
Well, good question. Probably, yeah. I'd probably be broke, but I was okay with that. That I think is a missing mindset quality of a lot of these business owners, is that they're afraid to fail. And because they're afraid to fail, they don't take risks.
Why weren't you afraid?
The worst case scenario is I go back to doing DoorDash. that doesn't seem too terrible of a worst case scenario, but at least I could say I tried.
But that's not burning the boats.
What do you mean, burning the boats?
You know how they say burn the boats?
No. Explain a little bit.
You've never heard the expression burn the ships?
Burning the ships. Well, going back to square one?
No. Damn, dude. How old are you, by the way?
26.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, there was an old expression that they would say burn the boats or burn the ships.
Yeah.
And it was after a famous general once that ordered the ships to be burnt when they landed on the beach to attack, because he didn't want the men to feel like there was any way other than forward. So he famously said, burn the ships. So now all the men had no choice but to fight. And they won, even though it was a small battle. I mean, a small group against a large group, because he said, burn the boats. There's only that way. This is the only way to go. And so because they burnt the ships, they won the war. And a lot of people in business think that that's a good move, because it gives you no other choice but to burn the ships.
You know what? That was definitely my mindset with it. It was there's no other way. The only other backup was
you had backup.
But it wasn't really something
you didn't burn the ship, though. You're like me.
Yeah.
I argue with the main guy in the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Who's the main guy in your Brotherhood?
Andy.
Yeah. Me and Andy argue all the time. He's a burn the ships kind of guy. And I keep telling him, dude, I was not a burn the ships kind of guy. They say, he says, that's the only way to do it. I said, dude, clearly not, motherfucker. I'm an example of that. And now you are too. Yeah. Because, dude, you said I can always do DoorDash. You didn't smash your car, so you couldn't do DoorDash. Yeah. No other routes. You said, dude, I can always do that shit. I did the same thing. That's what gave me the courage to jump and build businesses.
True. Yeah.
Because I knew I could always go do that, and that wasn't that bad. I always tell people, dude, broke wasn't that bad. You remember being broke?
Yeah, I do.
I do too, and guess what? I don't remember it being that bad. I think I had just as much fun.
Yeah.
I had less nice shit.
True.
but I still had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And dude, what's the worst case scenario? Yeah, it's a bitch, but what's the worst case scenario? I go back and sell cars. I go back and sell art. I go back and sell freaking myself. Like, I got to go to work. I got to sell stuff. So what? To me, it was like, that's what I call not burning your boat. That is making sure you've got a backup plan. That gives you the courage to say, what's the worst that can happen? Which is what I said all the time. And then I started moving and grooving and shaking and baking. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's really the story. I mean, when I did though use the 0% interest funding, that back to that point actually was like I had $5,000 and I had maybe at this point like $80,000 or $90,000 credit card debt because I was investing into like different things.
Well, that could get scary, dude.
Yeah, sure. And again, like the worst case scenario, I go back to doing sales. I do DoorDash. Like I just
yeah,
have
but
to
still,
work
dude, credit card debt's dangerous. You know how you can get buried in that?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
But do you know how you can get buried in that?
with interest payments and like
Here's what people do, bro. They'll get 80, 90, 100 grand in debt and credit cards. The minimum payments on those credit cards is like tapping them.
Yeah.
So now all they're paying is the minimum, and it's tapping their free cash flow.
Yeah.
But they want their credit good, so they're making those minimum payments, and it's basically paycheck to paycheck just to make the minimum payments. Mm-hmm. Guess how much comes off the balance when you do that?
Very little,
if any.
Like 1% to 2%.
Nothing.
Yeah.
To where, dude, your balance never goes down, which means now you're just paying that minimum monthly payment forever, and the only way to get out of that cage is to pay it all off. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't pay it all off because you're not making huge strokes. Mm-hmm. So now you're just stuck in that minimum payment model. And so your only choice is, hey, I got to make more to get out of this rut. And most people don't know how to double what they're making and take that chunk and pay it off. So they just stay in that trap their whole life. Credit card trap.
Exactly true.
And credit card traps are scary. Dude, every 2 weeks I pay my shit off.
Yeah.
Because, you know, number one, I don't like big balances, and I don't like to feel like I owe people anything. Mm. Do you pay your shit off quickly now?
Yeah.
Or do you still leverage debt?
I haven't leveraged the 0% offer in a little while, but I've done it multiple times going into it knowing that I was going to be able to pay it back in big chunks, right? I like just leveraged it as that leap. You know, for example, like I was using 0% to put like 20 grand into Google ads, and then, you know, I would get 70,000 back and I'd be able to pay it off. Right. Or even if I wanted to, now that I was making big chunks, if I wanted to kind of hold on and just stack my cash a little bit more, but in the worst case scenario, I could go and pay that 0% card. I can. I think it's a great stepping stone. It shouldn't be abused, but it should be used for things that you know that you're going to make great profit with, and you're going to be able to knock out those payments with larger chunks.
What if someone comes to you, strokes you a reader? Do they have to stroke you a check up front, or do you get paid when they get their money?
We do like a combination of both. So like if someone wanted,
do you want to make it a no-brainer? Say, dude, do this, sign here, sign there, and when you get your dough, we'll take ours.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we do. We do a lot of scenarios where we ask them to put like some skin in the game, like even if it's like $1,000 or $500, and then they pay the rest with the new 0% business card that they get. And then what's really cool about that is they pay off that $6,000 or however much over 12 months. They get the cash back. They get the welcome bonus. Like a lot of people miss the welcome bonuses on these cards. They could spend like $6,000 and get $750 cash back on some of these cards.
What's the best card out there, you think?
The one that I use right now, I think the best all-around card is the Chase Business Premier. The one that you were showing me. Well, the Ink. Yeah, the Chase Business Ink Premier, because you get 2.5% cash back on purchases above $5,000. So if you're like cooking as a business owner, you're making a lot of money as a business owner, then
And you got a lot of expenses.
Put it all
on the card.
Put it on that card. You're going to make tons of cash back. I mean, $100,000 spent on that card comes out to be what, like $2,500 cash back? That's pretty nice.
Especially when you're doing it month in, month out and you forget. Like I like Amex points. I sometimes want to just see how much I can accumulate. Because if you look at your Amex points and then you go to the Amex, rewards website, you start to realize they basically have a value. Yeah. Those points.
They do.
I know they do. And like when you see, I think I have on one 8 million points and on one like 2.4 million points. Well, it sounds like, who cares? It's 8 million points. Well, that's technically like a shit ton of money.
It is. I think it's like 8 million. That's like at least $80,000 of flights.
Or it's not just flights, bro. I can buy a watch. You can shop on this website. You can get what do you call it? Debit cards. Yeah. Which will give you cash.
Yeah, the Visa gift cards, stuff like that.
Dude, you can upgrade hotels. You can take round trip cruises. You can do all kinds of shit with those points. Do you know how they work, by the way? I didn't know that until I used them the other day.
Points?
Yeah, you put you charge it on your credit card, and then you just don't owe it back. They'll suck out the points and credit your card.
Yeah, you can use the points as a statement credit. Yeah,
it's freaking crazy. But anyway, so Chase Inc.'s the best one for businesses. Yeah. If a lot of business owners are listening to this right now, and they're like, well, I don't need any credit, what would you tell them?
You probably do need credit.
or you should use it. Because again, I'm thinking
you should stop using your own cash and start using credit.
I don't need
cash
it.
Is pretty important.
No, I know, but I don't need it. Which is why I think, would I give them $7,000 to get me $200,000 worth of credit cards? No. Why? Because I don't need $200,000. But if someone said, hey, I'll get you $200,000 for free, I'd say, okay, why? Because it doesn't hurt having an extra $200,000 of credit should you need it. See, there's a difference. But you're doing 8 figures just from people coming and saying, I want to learn how to do that. Yes. And is it guaranteed? Like if I give you the payment, do I guarantee what if my credit's shitty?
Well, yeah, that's very important for us. Like the first thing we'll do is qualify in the beginning of any call and ask what their credit score is and dive into their.
If they're like a 540.
Yeah, we're gonna send them the credit repair first. We won't be able to get them funding.
Do you own the credit repair?
No, I don't.
Who do you use?
There's a couple of referrals I use. They're pretty good. They'll get things off pretty fast, pretty quick, and some of them don't ask for you to pay until they get you the results as well. So we have some.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You're on dropping bombs.
Hello.
And is this an emergency?
It is not.
Oh, I thought we text when it's not an emergency, and we call when it's an emergency.
I forgot.
I know, but see, if it's an emergency, she's supposed to call. If it's not an emergency, she's supposed to text.
It was an emergency.
Love you. But here's the lesson to everybody watching and you, young man. If your wife called, are you married?
No.
When you get married, okay, and your wife calls, pick up the phone. People are like, well, what if you're in a meeting? Who's more important?
Yeah.
What's more important? Like people don't understand the simplest of things. That's why I give her a code. Like when she called, like my stomach kinds of butterflies and shit start hitting the stomach. Why? Because it's like, uh-oh, what's happening? But I don't care if I'm on a podcast, I'm in a meeting. I don't care. Like I'm going to answer that phone. Why? Well, number one, it's my wife. Yeah. Number two, because she only calls if it's an emergency. She's supposed to text otherwise. Now, can I ignore a text till I'm done with the podcast? Well, certainly. Why? I know it's not an emergency. Now, would you do that for your wife?
Yeah, I would do the same.
See, most people, there's a lot of guys, I should say. Dude, their wife, they don't answer it. They send them to voicemail. And then they wonder why they're not in a great relationship. Anyway, I just use that interruption as a lesson to, again, drop another bomb dizzle. Okay? When your wife calls, folks, men, gentlemen, pay attention. When your wife calls, no matter what you're doing, answer the phone if you want a happy relationship. And you would expect her to do the same.
Yeah.
Because if I call and she just keeps sending me the voicemail, ooh, no, sir.
No,
I would
sir.
not like that. Would you like that?
No.
So to get back here, dude, this is all you do and you're making that kind of dough?
Yeah.
You don't do anything else? You
Right
invest?
now, no. No, not as much as I should right now.
What are you doing with all your dough?
I really reinvest back into myself.
Well,
my
then
knowledge.
you do invest.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, if you're making 8 figures, you ain't spending that on knowledge.
I spend a lot of it on knowledge. And right now I'm also spending a lot of it on an office that I'm building out for my team.
So you're reinvesting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're investing. But you don't flip houses, do any real estate, crypto, Bitcoin.
No, not right now. No.
Huh. Well, dude, when you're first coming in here, I'm thinking, well, maybe this is like a little genius kid. How the fuck did he, get 8-figure business at 20? What were you, 23 when you started all this? 25.
24 when I started this, when I started doing like funding, like as a company.
Yeah, so 24-year-old little kid genius, I'm thinking. And it's like, dude, you're not really a genius. Not like you're dumb, but you're not like a genius, dude. You just freaking didn't want to work for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Started freaking risking investing in these courses. Did you take any shitty ones?
Yeah, I mean, I think I find the reason why I didn't make it work so well, like they weren't like terrible courses. Like they had information in there. I just don't think that there was enough of it so it could be applied on a more personal level.
Yeah, but didn't they have like a group attached to the course?
Yeah, there was a group and like I was participating. I mean, I was working like 12, 16 hours a day doing this stuff, right? When I was first starting off. Even when I was driving DoorDash, I had my phone out and I was listening to videos. While I had to go make money, I was doing whatever I could to learn more about how I could be doing this successfully. And I think also it just came down to I tested maybe like 3 or 4 products and I just kind of gave up on it and pursued something else, and I pursued sales. And sales was something I was always turned off by, like how you were mentioning before, like everyone's a salesperson, but they don't know it. And I started to realize that was just such a valuable skill, being communication, to learn if I wanted to be successful in business. 100%. Not even just selling, like copy text, right? Like copywriting, like my own e-commerce store to get sales, or even marketing, communicating through marketing to get sales. But I realized that skill was most important. And so I went all in on learning that skill. And it really wasn't until I drilled one-on-one with someone who was just way better than me, where I started seeing like remarkable progress in my skills and my abilities in sales and communication.
Did you have to increase confidence, do you think?
I think I already had a lot of confidence going into it, but
from what though?
That's a good question.
Yeah, what makes you so confident?
I think I'm just confident in my own intelligence.
Were you raised in a successful family?
Not the most successful.
What's Imbesi? What kind of name is that?
Italian.
So yeah, you're from an Italian family. What state?
New Jersey.
So you're up in New Jersey. Here's little Andrew Imbesi. You going to public school?
Yeah.
You go to public school?
Public school.
Did you get picked on, or were you the class clown that made everybody laugh? What?
I was probably just like class clown, if anything, but I wasn't the funniest class clown. But I was kind of maybe like middle of the pack, like upper middle of the pack.
You weren't getting bullied?
No, I wasn't getting bullied or anything. No.
Were you bullying?
No, I wasn't bullying anyone either.
All right, so I'm picturing this. And where in New Jersey?
Colts Neck, Freehold.
Colts Neck.
Colts Neck.
Colts Neck.
Yeah, like the Indianapolis Colts.
I said cold snack. I was like, dude, there's a cold snack,
New Jersey. Yeah, it's in Monmouth County for anyone watching.
But it's not city like New York.
No,
See, when I
it's
used
an
to hear-
hour outside the city, though.
I know, but I forget where I went in New
It's
Jersey.
very rural, suburban,
with
like
trees and shit.
trees right by the beach. Like,
See, this is how stupid I am, bro. One time I went to, what is it, New Jersey? Maybe it was Long Island. I don't remember.
Long
but
Beach Island or Long Branch.
I don't know, but like I didn't know New York or New Jersey was woodsy.
Yeah.
And this place was like maybe an hour outside of New York.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that far.
Yeah.
And dude, it's woodsy. It's like
Very suburban.
trees
Yeah, very
and suburban. And I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I didn't know this existed. So that's where you're growing up.
Yeah.
And then you went to high school there, everything.
Yep.
And out of high school, you said, I'm going to college.
Just went. Yeah, I went to college. And I went
Did
to
you have to
college for
pay?
business. Yeah. Yeah, me and my parents kind of did it together. More my parents. My parents were paying more for me.
And by the way, this wasn't that long ago. You're only 26.
No, this wasn't that long ago. That's right.
Did you do the frat thing or no?
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, but it wasn't really my thing, I think. Like I used to be like, party kid, like drink, smoke weed, stuff like that. But I think once I started learning about real business just through learning directly from other entrepreneurs, not college. I mean, I went to school for business, but I didn't really learn how to start a business.
Were you paying attention?
I was, but there wasn't like sales courses at college. There was a marketing class, but I mean, they don't talk about how to, do an ad or how to set up a campaign or how to set up a landing page. Like,
Would you consider that sales or marketing?
It's a marketing class, but they're trying to kind of talk a little bit about, they didn't really talk about sales.
What do you think's more important, marketing or sales?
Ooh, marketing.
Correct.
Yeah,
So it
I
took
would
me
say
forever
marketing.
to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because I was a sales guy.
Yeah.
And, a closer, a hired gun,
Yeah.
and I used to think that was the best. Like, if you could do that, dude, you were the cat's meow. Nothing could bother you. Well, I started to realize, especially nowadays, because, dude, these days why can't I speak? In these days and ages, a guy like you can get out of college, a young kid can not even go to college
Yeah.
and start making money, ridiculous amount of money. There's so many young, I would say rich people, but successful people, there's so many young people making money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I love it. And that's why people, some of the older haters will be like, oh, they're not like we used to be. We used to have to do this. And it's like, well, they don't have to do that anymore. Why would someone intentionally throw away technology and can go 20 years back?
Yeah.
So what do you think right now somebody's number one way to make money is? Online.
Sales. Sales is going to be the best introduction to anything.
I know, but why sales if not marketing? Because
I think you need to know sales to be a good marketer. You got to know how to
I would agree.
communicate. And you got to know how to communicate. You got to know like how to understand like what people are thinking inside their head. Like you can't
true. That is true. I can't argue with that. I was going to go somewhere with this where it might have went against what you're saying, but you know what? It is true. But
I used
I
all
want
my
people,
sales skills to do YouTube ads. I've done like
I know, but I want people to realize marketing's more important than sales.
It is.
But and I was going that direction because if I could take the top sales guy in the world, better than anybody,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have anyone to talk to, but I take an average sales guy, not that great, but okay, and I send a line of customers his way.
Yep.
Who do you think's going to kick whose ass?
Average sales guy.
The average guy is going to walk all over this expert sales guy. Why? Because the marketing is where it's at. I can direct that marketing towards a good sales guy or towards an average sales guy. The sales has nothing to do with it. So I need to learn marketing. That's where I was going because that's the truth. But in reality, what you said does apply. You said, well, I think sales is marketing. Well, that's true. So if you learned sales first, or I would say simultaneously, now you got the perfect solution.
I think you're going to even be better at marketing if you have some sales experience.
Yeah,
You'll
will.
know how to script and handle objections in your script. You're
and,
gonna,
and pre-frame objections.
yeah, exactly.
That way they don't even have an objection. Because I teach sales, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, what's the best way to handle an objection? And everyone's like, take away and this and that. And I said, no, to not get one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to handle one, is to not get one. And how do you not get one? Well, that's in the presentation. And then people don't really understand what I mean. Dude, if you pre-frame objections, you don't tend to get as many.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I try to cover a lot of that in the beginning of a conversation too. Especially by the time I get to the presentation, they should be pretty opened up, and any of their concerns that maybe they've had from the past with someone else, or things like that. I want to just feel out if they're going to really be open to the close. I'll try to ask the appropriate questions earlier, so that way I don't get to the end and then they still have things that haven't been fully handled.
Are you doing any like vertical integration?
Vertical integration inside my company, like offering more lending products, like to do brokering services for?
No. Vertical integration doesn't have to be lending products.
Mm-hmm.
Vertical integration to me just means, something that's useful to your current customers.
Got it. I understand your definition. Yeah.
That's like, I'll give you an example. All your customers are getting money for their business. Yeah.
Correct.
Their business will probably take credit cards. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, then they're probably going to need a good processing company. No?
That's right.
Do you have a good processing company?
Yeah, I actually have a really good one. Yeah.
Probably not better than mine. Realmerchantservices.com for your processing needs. Matter of fact, we're actually disrupting the space right now.
Oh, really?
Yep. You know why?
Tell me why.
We're paying people. We're paying businesses to process their credit card when most people pay to process their credit cards. So if they go to realmerchantservices.com, we pay them. It's crazy. Fill out an app, boom, we pay you to process your credit cards. But enough on that. You got a payment processing company?
I don't own one, but yeah, I process payments with a payment processor.
I know, but you
like the
don't,
referral link, affiliate link, you mean?
Oh, you're an affiliate of theirs?
No, I use Easy Pay Direct and
yeah, but you
deposit.
You process is what you're saying.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I can beat their deal for you, by the way. You pay
Let's
them.
do it.
You pay them, don't you?
Yes.
I'll pay you. Is that a better deal?
It sounds like a great deal.
And by the way, I'm not even going to charge you. I'm going to pay you.
It sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. How can you not sell something that I ain't asking for no money? I'm just giving you some. Boy, you must really love Easy Pay Direct or whoever that was.
Not as much as Brad Lea now.
Exactly. Real merchant services. That's why we're disrupting the space, bro. But anyway, you should go out and make a deal with me or your buddy or whoever to vertically integrate payment processing. Why? You're helping people with business, bro. And if you have a business, you probably need processing. And if you have a business, you probably need training. And if you have a business, you probably need a training system. And if you're looking to grow and scale your company, you might need salespeople. Do you know where to get good salespeople? Do you know how to train good salespeople? Pretty soon you start integrating to where now you're like, hey, you started out by saying, hey, you want me to show you how you get a couple $100,000 for your business? They go, yeah. And then while that process is going on, what are you going to do with this money? Well, I'm going to buy more tractors. I'm going to drive more customers. Well, what do you do? Oh, I'm a such and such. Interested. You're looking for investors? Next thing you know, dude, that's called vertical integration. That's called deal flow. That's called maximizing the relationship.
Yeah.
Are you doing any of that?
Yeah, those are some more things that I'm working on. And, we do some more like custom deals sometimes, like some consulting stuff, like just depending on what specifically someone needs help with in their business.
Yeah.
We'll work one-on-one with them. Maybe I'll do like a marketing package with them or like a sales package with them.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of the plan to like vertically integrate is because we get so many people who have so many different businesses. Whether that be like construction businesses or like e-commerce people
It's
or
a natural
healthcare.
progression.
Yeah, we get like a lot of different
Insurance.
people. Yeah, insurance. We get insurance.
See, I got an insurance company, Real Financial.
Yeah.
You see how a lot of people don't know this about me, by the way. Did you know all this?
I knew you had a couple of companies.
Well, that's because you also kind of follow me.
Sure.
You're kind of following Andy, so you like know more about us
Yeah.
than most people do. So, but again, the average person that listens to this podcast, they think I'm a podcaster. Like they don't know I have businesses.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is crazy.
So Real Financial, why? People need insurance, bro. People need to protect their families with good insurance, you know. Real Merchant Services, why? Well, because I was overpaying and getting jacked. And so I realized a lot of people are. Let me get a low price or a low cost to free service where I can pay them. And dude, I went and found it, and now it's freaking blowing up. Boom, boom, one after another. Why? Integration. You come into Lightspeed, what are you trying to do? Oh, we're going to try to sell courses, make money, or train our people. That's the beginning, right? Then what do you train on? Oh, who do you know? Oh, you need this. Oh, you need that. Next thing you know, you're helping solve more problems for your client, but in reality, you're setting up all kinds of additional revenue opportunities.
Yeah.
And it strengthens the relationship even more. So by just charging them to get their loan and then see you later would be a mistake for you.
Yeah. It's true.
And I feel like, you know, a grandpa, because you're so young. You say you're 26?
Yeah.
Dude, that's funny, dude. 26 years old. When I was 26, I wasn't doing half of what you're doing. I wasn't doing a fraction. I mean, I was making money, but I was just selling cars and being a jack off. Like you're way ahead of where I was. But if you were to say, Brad, how much to coach me? Well, free, brother. I'll give you some free coaching. You ready? Vertically integrate what you're doing right now. Think of some real graceful, natural integrations of products that your companies need. And if you don't have those products and services, partner with people who do and just get commission from driving all those people. I'll bet you every time you get your due to loan, you would find out you could also get their merchant processing business. You might be able to get their insurance business. You might be able to freaking, be their landscaper. You might be able to freaking, replace their roof if they ever should need one.
Sure.
And next thing you know, you're like, well, I don't do everything. You don't need to do everything. You need to know people who do. And then not to be exaggerated like roofs and get people confused. Well, you want to bring it back to, what's natural when I borrow money? I'm going to have to pay that money back. Maybe Aflac insurance in case I can't. Because you know how important good credit is, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss that payment should something be miscalculated. How about we get you some Aflac insurance? That way, if anything happens to you, that payment's getting made no matter what. You know what Aflac is?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Next thing you know, bro, you're a fucking Aflac agent. And you're just making money hand over fist. Why? Because, dude, you vertically integrated intelligently. But anyway, I don't want to end up coaching you because then there's liability. You'll come back 3 months from now and you end up integrating the wrong thing and you're blaming me. Are you a blamer?
No. I'm all about taking full responsibility of anything.
Where's your parents right now?
New Jersey.
Are they successful?
Yeah, they're pretty successful.
Are they proud of you right now?
100%.
Are they like, wow, man, dude, you're making it?
Yeah, very proud.
Because it's cool when like your kid does something successful without, it's just cool when your kid does something successful.
Yeah, totally.
So you probably make your parents proud.
Yeah, my grandparents talk about it all the time too. So...
Folks, if you guys ain't convinced you need a loan, it's not even a loan.
No, it's just business credit.
See, again, I might use you, bro. I don't, maybe I'll because I just want the credit in case.
Sure.
I like credit.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I
may not use it, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's like, I always tell people, I don't fuck anybody, but I like to be in the position to. You know what that means?
I know exactly what you mean. Like you would be able to take advantage of an opportunity if the time came. Like, maybe you're not interested in getting into it right now, but if someone rubbed you the wrong way, or if there was an industry that you were interested in getting involved in, you could like wipe someone out because you have the resources to do it.
Wise. What else, dude? If the bomb squad can do something for you, what would you have them do?
Ooh, do something for themselves, really. I think that's the truth. Like if there was something they could do for me, like become the best version of themselves too.
How would that be good for you?
I think it just makes the world a better place.
Dang, dog. You must be listening to me closely because I agree with you 1,000. That's what I tell people, dude. Like people.
I'm not going to sit here and just like beg for them to do business with me. I mean, if they want to do business with me, they can. But otherwise, like, you know, we're all people who are listening to this are all in business, likely for, you know, like they have their own interests, whether it be their family, maybe they want to impact their community. And so, you know, their responsibility is to do that, not to blame others, you know, in the process, but to take responsibility for what happens to them.
Yeah. Well, you're not giving out jobs to people, right?
Oh, we're not like giving out jobs. Like people got to earn the job to work with us.
But you can't hire 1,000 people.
I would love to, but not right now.
Okay, well, so again, if you guys are looking for work, I thought I heard him say, man, he can put you to work, but if there's too many of you, then come work with me. Why? Because I'll train you how to be a badass, and I'll give you the job. Mm-hmm. That's the craziest part. I could, with all my companies, bro, I could hire and employ, and I'm not exaggerating, 5,000 salespeople. The question is which ones are willing to do the work? Because I can train people what to do, but dude, it's hard to find people that will actually do the work. They want to get rich with nothing. They want a secret pill that makes them rich, guys. I don't know of one. I say, look, let me tell you what I did. Well, yeah, but that took years. No shit. Shit takes time. Shit takes work. You got to fucking work. And dude, you're just another example and proof that it works.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't really start with any entrepreneurial or sales background. Like I would get made fun of for how bad I was at sales. And I had to, you know, push through that and get much better. And when I look back to when that happened, because there was a specific time where that happened, I'm like much further along than a lot of those other people. And it's just putting your head down and staying focused and actually doing the work. It's really not all too hard when you get access to the right information.
Dude, what is your middle name?
Joseph.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking Matt. Is there a Matthew Imbesi?
No.
Where have I heard that name before?
It's a one-of-a-kind name. That it might be tough. Matt Imbesi.
I think I know a Matthew. It's Matthew, even though Matt's short. It's Matthew Imbesi. Every time I'm listening to you talk, I always go, it's not Matthew. I think it's Andrew. Yeah, Andrew. But why do I keep thinking about Matthew? Do you have a brother named Matthew?
No.
What's your dad's name?
Joe.
There's no Matthew you know of?
No Matthew in my family.
Damn.
There's a Matthew in my family, but doesn't have the last name Imbesi.
What about Mark, Luke, or John? Any of those?
No, actually, no, Mark, Luke, or John. But my brother's name was supposed to be Luke, but now my brother's name is Joe.
All right, well, dude, I appreciate you coming in. Folks, as always, you know, go follow this cat, you know, hit him up in the DMs. If you guys need his services, please use his services. If he screws any of you, dicks any of you over, just make sure you DM me back so I can pull the episode.
I don't think that's going to be happening.
Until next time, keep it real.